everybody, welcome to week 10. We have reached double digits for this semester and I have a lot to talk to you about, so I'm just going to keep going here and we'll get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is this week we are taking a break from Serial. We have so much to do this week that we are just taking a break, and we will revisit this in a couple weeks. So that will alleviate some assignments for you this week so you can concentrate on what our focus is, which is we are going to focus on how to synthesize texts today and this week. So here's our course schedule. The course schedule is going to be just exactly how it always has been: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. However, this week I am giving you a suggested schedule that extends the week throughout the weekend. So here is a suggested schedule for you. Hopefully you're watching this on Friday. That is been my hope all along for the semester. And if you are watching this on Friday, hopefully you are watching the video, obviously, and you're going to print out your course schedule, or at least have it wherever you have it on your computer so it's handy. And I would like you to begin by doing this first assignment, which is our papers, Jan and my papers, that have structural comments. That is a mentor text for our justice paper. So that's what we're going to start with Friday. Over the weekend, you can complete your open research choices presentation and post that to your justice group discussion board. This was given to you in week 8. It is basically the same information as the paper that you turned in week 8 that talked about your research texts, the ones that you found for yourself and your pool choices. It's the same information. You are just transferring that onto a presentation, a PowerPoint, or on Google presentation, Google slide, I guess is the correct term. And you are going to make a presentation that, of course, you're going to do a voiceover. And so we have a visual and a voice for that. And that's going to be posted to your justice group discussion board so people can see it. And that you can do over the weekend. Hopefully you've already done it because that was given to you a while ago, and if your head was right there already, it must have been very easy to just get that done. The other thing that you can complete over the weekend are the green sheets that you've had that have been up for the last couple of weeks. The ones that are due this week are distributive, commutative, social, and procedural, and those all just get uploaded to the assignment folder. Then we have some new activities Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, and then we're going to revisit your justice group mentor text discussion board, and we will do some commenting on Friday on this schedule. Now, if this doesn't work with your schedule, that's fine. You can redo anything so it works with you. I just want you to know that I put this into bite-sized pieces so you would be less overwhelmed, because I know you are overwhelmed. I know this is a lot, and I just want you to know that you are practicing this week. And the practice means that I'm not expecting you to spend 5 hours on anything. All of these are about 2-hour blocks of time, and that's probably overestimating a little bit. And so I just wanted to give you bite-sized pieces. I know that you can do this. Hang in there, one step at a time, and you can do it. So this is what I'm suggesting for this week. Usually I keep your weekends free so you have a little break. This time I'm going to suggest that you do some stuff over the weekend. So let's look at the actual assignments from your course schedule. How it is on your course schedule is different, right? We always start Monday. So let's start Monday. And we will start with those legal justice with structural comments. This is a big document, big long document that holds both Jan's paper and my paper, and it has structural comments that explain MLA citation, how to thread things together, how to quote correctly, how to synthesize things. We go through, punctuation. We go through all kinds of things. So you're going to not only read our papers, but you're also going to read those structural comments that will be very instructive on how we put together our papers. I did want to give you a little bit of background on how we did this assignment. When we were writing the curriculum for this unit, both Jan and I, we got together, and you know that we did a lot of post-it noting, and that's how we organized all of our texts. And we did that together, and that's how we became familiar with the green sheets. They become the green sheets, our post-it noting, right? So once we got done with all of our post-it noting, we brought those home. And I sat down in the middle of my living room on the floor with my laptop, and I spread out all of my post-it notes, which would be all of your green sheets, right? That's what the equivalent is, and all of my stories and all of the expository texts, and I wrote my paper. And that was my assignment for the night, and that was also Jan's assignment. So we both went home, we both wrote a paper, a definition paper for legal justice. And when we met the next day, we read each other's papers, we talked about it, and we decided how we were going to do the Meg and Jan Show Part 1, which is what you watched last week. We decided to go with Jan's Stop 1 because it has more texts that support her ideas, the ideas in Stop 1. And so you will notice when you are reading this document that the Stop 1 in my paper is different than the Stop 1 in Jan's paper. My paper and Jan's paper are different, even though it's the same assignment, it's the same texts. There are still two different brains here at work. So you will be able to see how different they are, and that might be really instructive for when you are thinking about writing your justice paper. Okay, so there you go. That's the first thing. The second thing is your open research choices, oral and visual presentation. I already talked about that, and I already told you that that was open in week 8. There's a nice thorough assignment sheet here, and you can figure that out. If you have questions, you can always email me. So that is also due on Tuesday. So you're going to be doing that on Monday, unless you do it over the weekend. On Tuesday, what you're going to be focusing on is your first set of green sheets. I've already talked to you about that too. They're all due. Those need to be put into the assignment folder. You are doing it for 4 different justice types: commutative, distributive, social, and procedural. These green sheets all need to be done before you can do the Meg and Jan Show Part 2, because you are going to be using the commutative and distributive green sheets during this presentation. So while you are listening to the Meg and Jan Show Part 2, you are going to be taking copious notes on this worksheet right here. You are not going to have to turn in this worksheet, but you are going to have to write a reflecting on all kinds of how you're thinking about synthesis and how you're thinking about your justice paper. There's questions that you will be answering, and that is right here. So it says commutative and distributive and social and procedural reflections, right? So that is the assignment sheet, hits all 4. You are just going to do the first part on commutative and distributive justice on Tuesday, and you're going to hand that in to the assignment folder. Okay, then we go to Wednesday. And on Wednesday, there's another Jan and Meg show. So on Tuesday, this video is giving you a whole lot of support on how to synthesize these 2 justice types. We go through the whole thing. We go through gray sheets with you. We go through how to pull ideas out of that, how to do different stops. We go through the whole thing. We give you a lot of support. And then on Wednesday, we give you about half of that support. And on Wednesday, you have another worksheet. And now this worksheet has blanks and it has boxes. And so you're going to have to fill out this worksheet. And this is an assignment that you are going to hand in. So the difference is on Tuesday, you are just listening and taking notes and reflecting on how it all works. Wednesday, you are going to fill out the worksheet, and that is how you're going to be starting to think about how to write a synthesis paper. In years past, students had to write 2 synthesis papers during week 10. You do not have to do that. You are going to be working on reflecting on the 2 that we give you, and you're going to be working on filling out this worksheet. So we're doing little steps, right? The first time you're watching and you're taking notes and reflecting. The second time you're kind of getting in there and trying to figure out how to structure everything. And then next week you will actually write a synthesis paper. And I just want you to remember, this is all practice. All practice. So don't freak out. I'm not expecting perfection. I'm just expecting your very best work with what you can do right now. Thursday and Friday, of course, this is wanting to get ahead for next week. So this is kind of the spillover. If you're not quite done with your other stuff, this is a spillover day. You'll still be counted late, but that's okay. Just try and get stuff in as fast as you can, because here's our next, getting ahead for next week is the retributive and restorative green sheets. If you get these done over the weekend, get it done before next week, you're going to be very happy with yourself, because then you'll have more time to actually write your synthesis paper. There will be a worksheet that will kind of get your brain in the right spot, but there's no video, so you can see how each set we're taking away more support and letting you go and try things on your own. Okay, so the next thing I just wanted to remind you of is to know your resources. If you're having trouble with MLA formatting, know your resources and use the OWL at Purdue, the Purdue OWL. All you have to do is Google it and it will bring up that it will bring up the website. You're going to choose MLA style, and here is all of the things that they have. It's a navigation on the left. You click on these and it will bring you up to all of this stuff. So there's just a little bit of samples here of what's going on, how to quote. So you can look at the presentation that doesn't have any audio, and you can look at this in detail if you want to. All right, so here's the thing. I know that this is super overwhelming. There's a lot to do this week, and I just want you to take a breath, and I want you to know that everything that we're doing this week is practice. If I was really expecting you to have a perfect assignment done, I would be giving you a whole lot more time than what I'm giving you. I know that I'm giving you very little time to do things. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a breath. I want you to do your very best work. I want you to try and figure out what is really helpful for you, because next week you're going to be writing that synthesis paper. And after that, we're going to start on the justice paper, which all of this builds toward. These are all skills you're going to be using in that justice paper. So please do your best, and please know that I know that this is a lot, and you can do it. People in the past have done way more than I'm even asking you to do. So try and find some joy as you're doing it. Try and play around with this practice, right? Try and take risks and try stuff out, because this is your practice. See if it works. I know you can do this. If you need help, please don't hesitate to email me. I can meet with you and we can talk. But I really hope that you have a really good week. And just remember, slow and steady wins the race. So be a tortoise this week. Look at things carefully and do it one step at a time.